What is going on? Welcome to another episode of GoldView, where we talk about the latest and greatest in the sports and entertainment industry. I'm your boy Eric.
I'm your boy Aaron.
We back, y'all, with episode 3, boy. How was your weekend, man?
Man, I've been chilling this weekend, man. I mean, went out to eat, um, had a few drinks, man. I've been chilling, man. Watched a couple.
Okay.
I watched the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky game.
Ooh.
That was a really good game. Um,
Okay. And Jerice
Other than
do
that, man,
anything? What's happening?
I can't remember, but yeah, she came in. Camila Cardoso made her debut.
Oh,
Um,
okay, word.
she played very well, man. It was a good game, man. I mean, what about you, though? How your
Hey,
weekend
man,
been?
I had a good weekend, man. I was chilling with the fam, man. We chilled around the crib, man. I actually got on the grill today, man. Did some ribs and kicked it, man. I actually I got a chance to watch that Zhang. I hope I'm not pronouncing his name wrong, but the heavyweight boxing match between Zhang and Deontay Wilder. I seen my boy Wilder get his ass knocked up and
Yeah,
through
man.
there.
Yeah, man. I
And I
hate to
think
see
this
him
is
go
it,
out like
man.
this.
Come
Yeah, I
on,
hate to see him go
bro.
out like this, man. It's
Like
rough.
that, bro.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's
That
rough.
was rough, man. That was a tough knockout, man. But I had a good weekend overall, man. Everything got to listen to some really good music, chill out, get on the grill, enjoy the sun, man, and
You
everything
know,
was
no one seen your boy play.
God, man. Hey, y'all, for y'all who don't know, man. Every time I hop on the grill, this man always asking for a plate, man. I done gave him a plate before. I ain't doing him dirty. But this man, oh boy, he at the door begging.
You know, damn, be begging. All right, all right.
He's like, man. But what we got on the slate today, man, for the shows, man? What we got on the slate?
Man, we got the NBA finals. We got the damn, my bad, y'all. We got the NBA finals basically in the Eastern and Western Conference finals as well, just the NBA playoffs. We got the MLB recognizing Negro League stats, and we got
Big
the Apple
impact.
Top 100 albums review. We starting off with numbers 50 and 49.
Yes,
We
sir.
got the Charlotte Hornets new coach and culture change. See how they gonna change the culture and come up with a winning mindset. Then we got Jaylen Waddle signing a 3-year, $85 million deal with the Miami Dolphins, man. That's what we got for the show today. And let's go ahead and kick it in, man.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's go ahead and get started with the Eastern Conference Finals, man. So we got the Boston Celtics, who ended up sweeping the Indiana Pacers, man, in the 4-0 sweep, man, in order to go to another finals, man. I seen it coming. I think the world seen it coming. I'm not sure if it was a
Definitely.
sweep. Maybe I thought they could squeeze one in there in Indiana. They got close to it. They got real close. They got really close quicker than I thought in that first game when they kicked it over to overtime,
Yeah.
and they just couldn't close. They could not close, man. And the turnovers late in both of those quarters led to their demise early, man. And that was just the real narrative of this whole series, man. They couldn't close. They lost Tyrese Halliburton in game 2 to a
Mhm.
hamstring injury that was really critical to this whole series. Not to say they would have won the series, but I think maybe they would have won a game at home in Indiana off the strength of that. Knowing the player that he is, one of the best point guards in the league this year. But I think everybody knew the Boston Celtics was going to win this year, man, or win the Eastern Conference Finals this year. So what did you see about it?
I seen the same thing, man. Boston Celtics be playing really, really good basketball, man. That series, man, they were just able to show who they are. Like, yo, we not going out like this. Like, so
Nah.
they just went out there, did what they were supposed to do,
Yeah.
closed out the games. They were
Yep.
one game, I believe they were down by 18 at one point. I believe that
Yes.
was game 3. I believe it was game 3. They were down by 18, and then they still come back and won. I mean, even in game 4,
Yeah.
they had to come back and win, man. Jaylen Brown played phenomenal. Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I mean, he started his last game against the Pacers. I believe he had 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Well, no, my bad. No, yeah, he had 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 26 points. No, 29 points. My bad, my bad. I'm reading the wrong one, y'all. But yeah,
But
he
yeah,
had yeah, he was
yeah, and
just
the kicker
balling out,
about
man.
that game, man, the Boston didn't lead in any statistical category in game 4, man. I mean, Indiana led in field goal percentage. Indiana led in 3-point percentage. Indiana led in they led in the turnovers, but they also led and rebounded, man. So it's not like they were just getting like just demolished on the stat sheet. They held in
Yeah,
there, but
bro.
they were not the superior team. When you don't got your leader, when you don't got your dog, your alpha, the leader of your squad, especially your point guard, man, it's things that stats can't show, and his presence is one of the things that can't be shown on the stat sheet. What Tyrese Halliburton is able to do and get that team going, and able to will those guys through it like he did in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals of this year.
Yeah, man. No, he definitely did that. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the win, but he definitely balled out in game one. I
Yes,
believe
sir.
I believe he was starting to ball out in game two until he got injured to that
Yeah.
hamstring locked up on him. So it's just like, oh,
And that was something that was bothering him all year,
oh
early
yeah,
in the
yeah,
year. So it came back to haunt him, which kind of sucked, man, against a team that you cannot, a team like this smell blood and water and they go after it, man. They was a team that only lost a few games at home this year. They
yeah.
didn't lose a lot. I mean, they didn't lose a lot at home this year. So I mean,
They only lost two
hats off
games
to
in
y'all.
playoffs so far. So
Woo! When
yeah,
you rolling like that, bruh, you
uh,
headed to the finals, bruh. I mean, that's usually what that means. You probably headed to the finals. And
exactly.
we're gonna get into the Western Conference Finals. Let's go ahead and get into that because at first I thought whoever came out of the West was going to win the finals, but now I'm starting to look at it a little different, man. Seeing how we just talked about Boston and the demolition did against the Indiana Pacers. Granted, it was the Indiana Pacers, but I think they would have did that to New York as well. I think New York maybe would have got a game or two on them because they was one of the only teams that beat them at home. But I just don't see a scenario where Boston maybe would have not have made it. Now that I sit back and look at this, I don't see a scenario where Boston would not have made it to the finals.
Say, man, they're just too good of a team. They've been the best team in the NBA all season. And they just showing it again right now, man. So
Yeah.
hats off to them for making it to the finals, man. And then hopefully they'll be able to close this thing out, man. So
Hopefully. That would sound like you got a horse in the race. What we doing? What we doing? You got a horse in the race?
we're gonna get to that part. We're gonna get to that part. I'll let you know. I'll let
Okay. You
you
gonna
know.
let me know. You gonna let me know.
I'll let you know.
Jump the gun. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the Western Conference Finals and what the backcourt of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving did, man. They combined for over 72 points in that game 4,
Man,
man, and able to the game 5, my bad, and able to go ahead and close out that series, man. I knew that they were the closers and the scoring machines that they were, but they just walked through Minnesota in a way I just could not have predicted, bro.
man, Kyrie and Luca were just on fire. Both of them was on fire, man. Luca started off the first quarter just on fire. Just I think he went 5 for 5 in the first quarter or 6. I can't remember in the first quarter, but either way, he wasn't missing in that first quarter. He sat down for a little bit. Kyrie came back in that second quarter. They just continued it, man. Kyrie was, I think,
Man. Kyrie went
was
crazy in the second quarter, man.
Kyrie,
Kyrie had 15 points in the second quarter. In the second quarter ended the half with 19.
bro.
So I mean, him and
Like
Luca was just balling, bruh.
balling, bro.
Balling, bruh.
They was not missing. Like they were not missing at all. I gotta give credit to Corey Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards too, man. They were balling as well.
Yeah,
They
it's not
both
like they
had
didn't show
28.
up.
Yeah.
It's
Like
not
they
like they
both
didn't show
showed
up.
up. But it was like Kyrie and Luca just you couldn't do nothing with them. I mean, it's just like when somebody get hot, they get hot.
They get
And
hot,
it's
man.
like,
And the scoring and the shots, they come in bundles, man. When they come in runs and streaks, man, to where
yeah,
it's like,
bro.
dude, man, they going in on these 10-2 runs and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
it just God, man, it just really deflates a team. I mean, like
Yeah,
I said, you had 12 points in the first 3 half of the minutes of the game from Luka Doncic. Then you have 19 in the first half by Kyrie. It's just
mhm.
deflating, bro. And you
Yeah,
got Anthony Edwards chasing Kyrie around for majority of the series, getting tired.
yeah, man. And in game 5, though, you could definitely tell that sometimes Anthony Edwards would get frustrated. He was like,
Yeah,
"Yo, man, like you can see that in there." I mean, there's videos out there now where he
yeah,
just
yeah.
like going dumb. I'm like, "Damn, bro."
Going
And
down. Like
then
he was like, yo, just pass me the effing ball. They talking about
yeah,
pass y'all the ball. I'm better than these dudes. I was like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah, man. He was like, "Yo, just pass me the fucking ball." He was like,
He
"Man,
knew what
we're
was at
glad."
stake, man. He like, yo, this is game
Yeah.
5. We down 3-1. We need another.
Mhm.
We definitely need every win of this series from here on out, bro. And he just wasn't. He wasn't
Yeah, man.
bullshitting.
Was
He wasn't
bullshit, but it's
bullshitting.
like, man, y'all gotta play better defense, man. I mean, I know it's Kyrie and Luca, but you can't allow both of them go off for 36 points.
No, you can't allow that. You can't allow that, especially
Yeah,
when you smoke. He asked for the smoke prior to this series. Remember when he got done
yeah,
with
yeah.
just had a brain for. When he got done with Denver, he was like,
Yeah,
"Yo, I
yeah,
had the
yeah,
clamps on Jamal Murray. I want Kyrie next." Then you
yeah,
chasing him, and he gassed you. Why? Because he can afford on some plays to not be the primary scorer and
yeah.
lend that off to Luka Doncic. So he just had you
I mean,
gassed. But from my perception, that's what it seems like.
well, Jamal have that luxury as well, but
He does.
uh,
He does.
Kyrie is just a different animal out there in that court, man.
He's just a different animal, man.
Like Kyrie just a different animal, man. I know he had
And
his problems like off the court wall, that other shit, but man,
right,
Kyrie, when he on that court, dog, it's just like, yo, that man just be out there balling, like straight
most
up,
definitely.
like
And
getting
I think
buckets.
right, and I think Denver has that same luxury, but I think it's a different ball game when you. I'm not saying it's a better asset, but I think it's a different ball game when you're going against two primary shot creating or elite
Yeah.
shot creating guards, man, that can create their own shots, and you got a guy that necessarily don't need the
Mhm.
ball and can still create plays. And it was just tough for the Minnesota
It was just tough,
Timberwolves. It was
bro.
really tough, man. Even though they had the front court that they had, a dominant front court, and Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, and Karl Anthony Towns, the shot, the shooting big that he is. We know what he can bring to the table on the scoring side,
Yeah,
and it still wasn't enough, bro.
Karl Anthony Towns are taking too many damn threes. To tell you that shit. He'll
Yeah,
take too many threes. Like
and that's kind of been his problem a little bit throughout his whole
yeah,
career, man. It's the reason why they brought Rudy Gobert there in the first place, to be a rim
yeah,
protector.
that's true. And Karl Anthony Towns can definitely spread the floor around there. But it just like when he's out there, man, like he getting into the rhythm of shooting the threes. I'm like, dude, you're getting to the basket pretty easily. You
Right,
don't need to
right,
be shooting. You don't need to be shooting what 11 threes right now.
right. And
Like
I
just
still
get to the
don't think he
basket.
could have dominated the paint, because what Derek Lively and Gafford was doing
Yeah, they were balling.
from man, they was balling, man.
They
They
were
was balling. They
balling
was
though.
rim protecting to the most highest level for that series that you can
Yeah,
ask for
bro.
from both of those guys. And
But Dallas was
it was just too much for Minnesota, man. It was just too
yeah.
much.
Dallas was killing them with the alley oops, man. I mean, they've been killing everybody throughout these playoffs
Mhm.
with those alley oops. But
Yep.
man, with Lively going out with that neck injury from getting hit
Yeah,
in the back of
man.
the head, I mean
Yeah.
that slowed him down a little bit. But man, he came back in the game. He started balling again, man. Like
Start balling
he
again,
came,
man.
yeah,
I love what him and Gafford be doing, man. Gafford, like I said, 9 rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds in game 5,
mhm,
11 points. And like I said, PJ Washington, we know who he is. He played for our
yeah,
favorite squad. We're gonna get to a little later, but
hmm
he contributed with his 12 points and has a 17 plus on a plus and minus scale as well. So, and I think, man, I think Dallas is equipped. Dallas is prepared to go up against a nice deep team like the Boston Celtics, and maybe they can come out. I'm gonna go ahead and say I personally got them coming out of this finals. I think they can make it in 6 or 7. I think it's probably going to go 7 because of how nice I love these matchups, especially with the front court matchups. But
hmm
man, what you think, man? Who you got coming out of this finals now that we know what's happening?
I got the Boston Celtics coming out these finals in 6 or
Okay,
7.
okay. And
That's
I
who I
can't
got.
fault you with that because they.
Yeah, I got the Boston green on right now. So the Boston,
Wow.
they gonna come out on top right now. That's why I'm thinking they're gonna roll out this championship, get the 18th Boston, get the 18th
Ooh.
franchise championship to top the league, to top the Lakers.
I think they was
Uh,
neck and neck with the Lakers for the longest. They
yeah,
tied right now, huh?
yeah, they both got 17 right now.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
so yeah, man, that is crazy. But
That's
as a
crazy.
franchise, bro, to have 18, like to break the record, have 18
And
championships, like
the
that's
two biggest rivals in the sport going from way back, man. We talking about
way
from the
back,
80s, way back, man.
late
And for them to have the
60s.
same amount of championships is just kind of that's crazy, man. That's pretty. Yeah, that's what's up. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. And that's who I got. I mean, if you want to, man, we can put a little friendly wager on this thing if you want to now.
Okay, we might be able to do so. We might be able to work something out, man. We might be able to work something out, man. Let us know in the comments, man, what you think we should do with this friendly wager so we can go ahead and get this thing on the cracking before this thing finished. So next episode we can bring that to y'all, man. But I'm most
Man,
definitely interested in a friendly wager.
you know I don't lose wagers now.
Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown do their thing, man.
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to my Duke boys though, man. You know, Kyrie,
Ooh,
Lively, and
not the
Jason Tatum.
Dukies. Not
The Dookies.
Dookies.
Man,
Not Dookies.
my boys in the NBA finals right now, dog.
Bro, you know it's
So
Tar
it's
Heel Nation, man. You know it's Tar Heel Nation,
man,
man.
fuck out here.
We ain't got no horses in the race right now, but you know what time it is,
Yo,
man.
no. Y'all ain't ready for us. We're gonna talk about that,
Wow.
but
We gonna
we'll
get
talk
on the
about
season
we,
start.
we, we gonna get that. We're gonna get that conversation going. But you already know, man. So I shout out to all three of my Duke boys out there, Jason Tatum, Kyrie, and Derek Lively, man. They all about to go out
Ooh.
there and ball out.
3 of them
Hey,
in it. So either way it go, y'all gonna get somebody that come home with a chip for the Duke boys?
of course.
Wow.
You know, Lively, he a rookie too.
Wow. So y'all gonna get a chip either way.
Either way, though.
Either way, man. But let's go
Either
ahead and
way,
slide.
though.
Let's go ahead and slide to the Apple Music Top 100 album list review, man. We told y'all last week that we was gonna review every album in the top 50. We was gonna listen to every album thoroughly and give y'all our review and what we thought about it, man. Some of these genres we haven't even touched, but we here now, man. And let's go ahead and kick it off with number 50, Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, man, which is a pop record that broke through. And I'm not gonna be bumping it, man, or nothing like that. But it was
Yeah,
a solid pop record that really captured the sound of the 80s. I
definitely.
really,
I agree with you on that.
yeah, it really
Definitely
captured
agree.
that sound of the 80s. When I listened to it, I was like, oh, this is most definitely just giving me that
80s.
vibes of a nice 80s movie or something
Yeah,
like
bro.
that. It really gave me that. And really the vibe and the emotion that she put throughout the whole album and the feeling of the need for love, especially throughout the second track titled Hound for Love itself, really captured her feelings and her need for love and expressing her vulnerability throughout that whole record. So that was a track that really stood out to me. Like I said, I'm not a real pop guy, nothing like that, man. So I was really just reading the lyrics and just trying to really get the feel of the album itself. But one thing I want to mention, bruh, is I wish we could just go back in time and get the feeling when these albums drop. Because sometimes when albums drop, the impact itself and when it hit and the time that it hit can mean a lot more than the actual lyrics and sound itself.
Yeah,
We talked
bro.
this when like with the album To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. Album we said it didn't make the list. That's an album that you gotta be in the time to know, like, with All Right, times like that, and to understand the impact.
Yeah, man. I would definitely agree with you on that. I mean, to go back almost 10 years ago when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, man. Like it's
Yeah,
like, well, hold on now. No. Yeah, I thought it came out 2014, but it came out
yeah,
15. But
15.
it was. But either way, man. Like I thought the album was pretty good. The Hounds of Love. I listened to all of it. I like the first song to me stood out the most because I felt like I heard it in the movie before.
It just got that sound, like it's just
Yeah,
this real cinematic
like
sound. Like I've heard this in the background.
if I didn't, it could go in the movie sometime to like even
Right.
till today, man. Somebody could just toss that song in the movie, man. But yeah, man, I thought it was a really good album, man. And yeah, man, I didn't add any songs onto in my playlist or anything from it, but it was a pretty good album, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid album, man. It's like a few trackers, like number 2 on the track, like I said, Hounds of Love, number 10, title songs, Jig of Life, how her vocals really, how she riffed throughout that whole record and rode the harmonic instruments throughout that whole record. And track number 4, another one that was really good, man. Mother Stands for Comfort. I think we could all kind of, or most people can kind of agree with that mothers are comfort and stuff like that. So she tackled the vocals, she tackled the sound of the 80s, and she actually tackled being relatable too. So maybe, I can see why maybe it lasted as long as it did and made it halfway up the chart of Apple's Top 100 list to number 50.
Yeah,
But
man.
let's go. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people are still listening to it today, man.
Yeah,
Pretty
man.
sure they
Yeah,
are.
man.
Yeah.
Even the cover was a little funky, man. She laid back with some hounds, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking, I'm like, man, I'm like, what we got going on here? Ain't a dog lover like that. And nothing against dogs, but shit, I mean, shit, you like it, I love it, shit.
Can't fool with your ass, man.
Oh man, let's go ahead and get into number 49 on the Apple's Top 100 albums list that came out this year, which is from a famous group called U2, man. The Joshua Tree. I don't know if this is their biggest album because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a rock listener, but I listened to this whole
Yeah.
album entirety, and it was a very solid album. It had a bunch of different sounds, sonically, and I really loved what it brought. I liked it a little better than the last album, so I can see why it was definitely ahead of the last album. I
Yeah,
definitely
man.
can see that.
I feel you on that. It like just listening to a different type of just listening to a new genre, man. Like you gotta dive into it and
Yeah.
really getting in tune with it because sometimes when they start rocking out, you be like, oh damn, that shit actually
Yeah,
sound
they
pretty
like,
good.
okay, y'all jamming. Like,
Yeah,
just listening to music and being a lover of music, when somebody's really getting in a rhythm.
yeah,
Especially
bro.
you learn I love the flow of albums. That's why I like listening to whole albums because you get the flow and how some songs go into another one and how it leads and
Hmm.
maybe the theme and stuff like that. So yeah, the Joshua Tree was a really good album, man. One of my favorite tracks off the album was the second track. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. It was a well-written love song with a religious gospel sounding aspect it just sounded
Hmm.
real good, man. And I actually added that song. So that was the first YouTube song that I actually added. I don't know if you remember back in the day when they added all them the whole
Just
YouTube album.
yeah, bro. I remember that. I remember that, bro. Like, as a kid, man, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? I was like
I
being
had never heard
old.
of 'em. I had never heard of them.
Never heard of them either. Like
No
being older now.
disrespect to you two. I understand they're a big group, but I just never it just didn't hit my circle like that. Put it like that.
Yeah, and then now being older, man, you could actually just you could tolerate going to different genres of music and actually oh, this song is actually pretty good. Like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
keep this one. And then it just being older now, like you can listen to more
that's a good
music.
point, bro. That's a
So,
good point because
like
what it is, you understand, you look at lyrics, you understand and care what maybe why they wrote the song, maybe why they picked the title,
yeah,
what these lyrics mean. And one of the things that stood out to me from hearing some of these records was because I love R&B and hip hop and rap. That's mainly what I listen to, and Afro beats as well. But what really stood out was their approach and how their word placement was to express themselves, man. It was much different than
yeah,
what I'm used to hearing. Like I'm reading the lyrics and I'm like, okay, some of these metaphors and similes are way different to what I'm accustomed
but
to of hearing
yeah,
how people may approach it on the rap or R&B record. So it was dope experience to really kind of dive into why these two records was a top 50 of all time. Like we talking of any genre, bruh.
yeah, man. Like I agree with you on that. Like just being able gotta give credit to the musicians as well, but because
Yeah.
they also go from different genres and stuff like that to get their samples.
Yeah,
Like
most definitely.
like and that's what I like about it, and it's just hearing it in a different view, like hearing some rock. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I like this song. I'm gonna go ahead and add it. I'll listen to it every now
Mhm.
and then, man. And for me, man, when I start listening to a song that I really like, man, it'll have me. I'll be listening to that song for days, man.
Yeah,
Like
man.
at time,
Sometimes
like bro,
what we say offline to have me in the chokehold, like, bruh.
yeah, bro,
Certain songs will get you there where you be like, bruh, I can't get enough of it right now, man. Like it
yeah,
just be
man,
like that. And before we get off this YouTube song, man, Trip Through the Wires was my personally favorite song off the YouTube
yeah.
album. That song, I
I,
was like, yeah, I love the harmonica they had on that. That joint was dope.
yeah, I like that song too, man. That was the song where I really was like, all right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can rock with this one.
I can rock
Mhm.
with a few songs I actually mess with on the YouTube album, and a few songs I think I actually heard, man, in passing when I was listening to the album. I was like, man, I've heard this song somewhere. Like I said, I'm not
Mhm.
a active rock listener, but I heard some of those songs in passing, like you said, with the Kate Bush Hounds of Love album. I just felt like I had heard some of those songs. I don't remember
Yeah.
what album it was that they added back in the day. I don't remember, but
I just
it was
know
on there, and I was like, yo,
I think the cover was in black and white.
yes.
Um,
So it's probably their newest album at the time. That was like what 2011, 2012.
nah, I think it was like 2014,
Oh, oh,
2015. So
when they added it all to our
yeah,
oh
I think that was
wow.
around that time, around 2015.
Well, it was just on everybody. She was like, yo, what is this? Like, what we
Yeah,
doing?
and it's crazy, man. You know, YouTube they're on the Kendrick Lamar Damn album.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, yeah,
they're actually on a Mary J. Blige album I was listening to this weekend as well. I was like, dang, man. So they got a
yeah,
lot of respect in the music game, man. So
yeah,
listening
man.
to them, and I could definitely see why they were number 49 for one, this album in particular, and why that sound was maybe loved by so many rock fans.
Yeah, man. I can't not agree with you on this one. So
But man, let's go ahead and get into man our favorite team, man. After we took a deep breath from all the sports and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get into our favorite team. something we finally got in common, bro. I mean, we ain't got a lot of things sports wise in common, but the Charlotte Hornets, man, and the new coach and Charles Lee that they got this year, and how maybe what things that they need and changes that they need to make in order to be successful, because this shit was just pretty bad for them, man. And it's been that
Yeah,
way. I mean, not saying we're a good franchise, we're under a 50% win team. I mean, it,
unfortunately.
unfortunately, man, it's just not been looking good at all.
But
So, I mean,
I like the
what do you
hire.
think they should start with? Oh, you like the hire? Okay,
Yeah, I like to hire Charles Lee, man. He got 10 years of experience in the NBA. He was just with the Boston Celtics. He was their top assistant coach. He was
okay,
with the Milwaukee Bucks when they won the championship in 2000.
right. Over 10 years of experience, man.
Yeah, so he was with good teams. He been with teams that been to
Yep.
the championship.
Teams with success, like you just said, man. Team, that's the
Yeah,
key thing
so
right there. That's key. It
so
wasn't
he's
a lazy
bringing
hire like we said with the Cliff hire, man. It wasn't lazy.
yeah, it wasn't lazy, and he also he bring that winning mentality, man. So it's like we got new ownership. I believe we got new GM. So it's time to bring in a brand new head coach. He's a black man. He can connect with the players. Like
Yep.
man, it's like I feel like he bring that. He could be a hard nosed coach, but
Yeah.
then be still be able to connect with the players. And then that's why I just think
And be,
he could be
and
able to change the culture and the mindset and
the
not
mindset
have
is
that.
that's the thing, bro. That
Yeah,
mindset, that losing mentality that I feel like that's around the Charlotte Hornets, man. That funk, that nasty. Because Terry Rozier said it when he left, and it irked me. Like it was pure realness, but it irked me because it's like, damn, like why does that have to be the narrative with our squad, man? Like that, and he said it, man. Like losing is kind of the culture. They're okay with losing. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said in his first press conference with the Miami Heat when he got traded mid-season. And I'm just like, man, dude, like, why does that have to be the narrative? Like, why? Like, it losing, I mean, not even winning 30 games this year is just trash, man. Trash.
yeah, man. Hopefully they'll be able to come back and get that real chemistry between LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and Miles Bridges, man. And they'll be able to just form a big three in the league, and then
Right.
but just really get that chemistry. Be like, yo, I'm not losing. I like the way Brandon Miller came into the league as his rookie. As a rookie, just like, yo,
I
man,
love it.
like there were times where you could see him on camera, like, yo, we need to run back and get back on defense.
Get
Like you
back
could
on defense.
see,
I seen that same
like,
clip. I forget what game it was from, but he said it. Yo, get back on defense. Like, what we doing?
yeah, man, I like that. Like he's not coming with like he want to win. And you can
Most
tell he
definitely.
want to win, man. And he's a clutch player too, man. I
He's
like,
clutch, man, and I love his
yeah.
mid-range. He can get to the basket. He's not afraid to pull the trigger on the three.
Hmm.
I love it, man. A lot of people criticize the Charlotte Hornets for not picking Scoot Henderson out of the G League, out of the Ignite team, if I'm not mistaken. But I love the pick to go. I mean, from
Man,
the jump, because I love how he pairs with Lamelo Ball's game, and how
yeah,
Lamelo
man.
Ball is just a perfect distributor of the basketball, and how he's just a really nice, smooth scorer, man.
Yeah, if we could get the chemistry built between LaMelo, him and LaMelo, Brad Miller, and Miles Bridges, man, 'cause either one of them could go get you a smooth 30 at any given time.
Any given time,
S-
bro.
So it's just like when they're able to do that, bro, it's just like, all right, can we feed off one another like
Yeah,
throughout this whole season, man? And that's what I feel like we could do, man. Then we got Mark Williams, the center, once again out of Duke. So it's just
yeah.
like so like it's like, all right, man, if we get them boys just rolling, we get the chemistry going. Man, I like our chance
I
at
like it, man,
least
and I like
making it
Mark
to the
Williams at
playoff.
a Duke. At least
Yeah,
trying to
bro.
just can secure a nice play-in spot, because we didn't even make that this year. We weren't even close. If we can
Yeah.
secure a play-in spot and get into the playoffs, because last year, no, 2 years ago, we were in the play-in situation
Hmm.
and couldn't get into the playoffs. Can we get over that hump and actually get into the playoffs, man, and actually see our team in a series, man? Like,
Yeah, man.
because like you
I
said, it's dog. It ain't been nothing to root
man,
for lately, bruh.
man, yeah, man. Like the few games that I've been to, man, like the only game that I actually seen them win was against the Pistons. And that's the Pistons. We're supposed to win that. Like
Right, another young team that's like
young
still in
team, like
rebuild mode. It's
they
like, bro,
struggling. They struggling just as like worse than us.
worse
But
than us.
Yeah, like we're supposed to win, man. Like, but if they could get to the play in and then get into the playoffs, I'll go to a game, man. I'll go to the Hornets game. And
I'll
then
do it, man.
see.
I'll be definitely be cool with it, man. I'll definitely be cool with it, man. I think what the Charlotte Hornets should do in the draft, because they got the number 6 overall pick in this year's upcoming draft. I think they
Okay.
should go ahead and get a center so we can get some more rim protection. And we also just need our guards to step up on defense because any guard that came into Charlotte or that we played against this year tore our ass up, man. And that was just
Mhm.
every single game for that. I mean, we just play no damn defense nowhere, bro.
Nowhere. And
Nowhere.
Melo got to stay healthy as well.
He got to stay healthy, man. He got
Yeah.
to stay healthy, man.
He got those Steph Curry ankles right now.
Yeah, the early ones, man. He
The
got to go
early.
in and
Yeah.
seal that up and try to get that right, man. So I think two of the guys that I've been looking at and kind of just looking at the highlight surface level type shit. I think Donovan Klingland out of Connecticut. I think you're very
Mhm.
familiar with him at least.
Yeah.
Coming off a championship, he's a nice rim protector, really kind of bigger guy that can
Mhm.
really hang it down low. So I think,
He bring that winning mentality, man. He just won 2 back-to-back championships at
yeah,
UConn. So hopefully he just having that, like we not going out here to lose. Like I'm not used to
right,
losing. So it's
right.
just like hopefully he be able to be able to bring that winning mentality to go along with Coach Lee, man.
Yeah, hopefully he can usher in a few guys like that. And one more guy that I was looking at was Khalil Ware out of Indiana. He's a little bit more
Mhm.
slimmer, but another 7-footer center that can really rim protect the look, not as much as Cleveland, but he's a more of an offensive force than
Player.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So just depending on where you would like to go, he would probably have to develop a little bit. But
Mhm.
I mean, I like either one of those guys because I think we need some solid rim protection to go along with Mark Williams. And I
Yeah.
think that could be a help to a start. I mean, because like I said, Brandon Miller made first team All NBA rookie team this year, so
Yeah.
that's a good start. And if we can get, like I said, Miles Bridges, he led the team in 3 statistical categories in points, field goal percentage, and steals. That can help. We just need,
Yeah.
like you said, LaMelo Ball to stay healthy. We can get him on board and give us 60 games, bruh.
Yeah.
Like if he can give us 60,
Si
bruh,
Give us 60, man. Like don't to give us 60 games.
because he averaged
Get healthy.
24 in the 22 games he played.
Yeah,
So,
man.
bro, we know what you got.
You know what you could ball, man. When you get on the court, just ball. Hey, quick question, man. Who you think will be the leader of the team? I got Brandon Miller.
Bro, I got Brandon Miller. I got
Yeah.
Brandon Miller just with his
Yeah.
attitude, just the attitude that I get from him, how he
Yeah,
approaches the
bro.
game, and how he's not afraid to be that vocal leader in year one, bro. And we know
Yeah.
that NBA players, it seems like teams tend to take a little bit longer to develop and get that voice, if at all. And
Mhm.
he already was trying to show those characteristics in year one, bro.
Year 1, man.
In
And
year
he
one, and
followed.
that's something that they need. And he probably came in and seen it like, nah, bro. Granted, Alabama is not a prominent school as far as basketball goes, but it's
Mhm.
still a top school. And he was like, yo, they went deep this year in the NCAA tournament, but they went on for football, which is what I was meaning. But he came in and was like, nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Yeah, bro. I agree with you, man. He just coming around with that to being that vocal leader. He
Yeah.
ain't with that bullshit. Like, hey, man, like, let's go out here, step on this court, and actually try to win every single game.
Yeah. And like you
Like,
said, bro, he models his game after Paul George and played both ends of the court like a young PG, bro.
yeah.
I love it,
So
man.
definitely, bro. Definitely. Hey, man. So let's go ahead and slide into the MLB recognizing the Negro League stats, man. How you feel about that?
Man, I love it, man. That's another chip, man. That's another, not chip, but another hats off to those guys. Everybody that played in the Negro League and didn't get
Mhm.
the advantage of actually playing in the MLB. I think it's a great thing for the sport and the advancement of the sport. A lot of records are going to change in the record books. I think former Homestead Grays player Josh Gibson, was one of the guys who took over a lot of the records. Now he is the single guy who averaged 466 batting average, so he has a new single season record for that. And I
Okay.
think a lot of the records are just going to change when you start to look up these records. As a guy who's starting to get into MLB himself, I think it's a great starting point, and I think it's going to be great for the sport.
Yeah, man. For you to just starting to get into it and just seeing like who's who, like all right, see who's up there, whatnot. Man,
Right.
that would be pretty dope, man. Because I watch MLB here and there
Right.
every now and then, but I mainly watch through the playoffs. Cause them dogs be balling in the playoffs. But either way, man, just with the MLB recognizing the Negro League stats, man, I think it's pretty dope, man. Like I know the top guys, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Satchel Paige, um, Jackie Robinson, all of them came from the Negro Leagues that got into the. Well, I don't know if Satchel Paige did,
He
but
played, yeah, he did play in the MLB, but he
he
was
was
older. I
old.
think he was
Yeah,
old. I think they said he was 42, if I'm not mistaken. You have to fact check me that in the comments, but I think he was 42 when he finally got his chance to play in MLB.
yeah. So it's like I know about them going into the MLB, man. So, but for the rest of people, 'cause I didn't know anything about Josh Gibson. Like I
Right.
didn't know him, so it's like I gotta go down the list to see who's who, do my research. Man, Bob Kendrick, man, the president of the Negro League Museum,
Yes.
he said they started the process 3 years ago. They got all the it took them 3 years to get all the stats
Yeah, because some of
pulled
these
out.
guys played in different countries as well. Like when I was looking at it and stuff like that, Josh Gibson was the
Mhm.
guy who played in Puerto Rico and overseas in
Yeah.
Asia, if I'm not mistaken, and stuff like that. And he actually passed Babe Ruth in two statistical categories in slugging percentage and OPS. So, like I said, a
Mhm.
lot of these records are going to be changed, man. Like I said, he
Changed,
passed
man.
Ty Cobb's and batting average, so he's he's leads the stats in top. I mean, three categories. So it's
Yeah, man. They're
really
considering
different
him
outlook
now.
right now.
Yeah, they're considering him as the greatest MLB baseball player ever right now.
Of
So
all
it's just
time. Said
like,
he hit over 800 home runs, man. Like,
yeah, man.
god
Like,
damn. Only person that came close, if I'm not mistaken, when I looked it up, was Barry Bonds with over
yeah,
750. I was like, bro,
Barry was a dog out there, bro.
yeah,
But
man. So I think this is a really good move in the right direction for
I
MLB
do
and the
too, man.
sport. Thing I was reading and doing a lot of reading, and people were saying it was long overdue. So, like I said, hats off to
Mhm.
those guys and the legacy that those guys were able to create, and now that those stats are really recognized.
Yeah, man. Just, I think it's huge for the community as well, man. Just like yo, you see the black guys, they could
Yes,
go out
sir.
there and just straight up just ball out, man. Like just
Yeah,
go
when you
from
look
there.
up, like I said, when you look up these record books, there's gonna be a lot of brothers up there from now on, man. But let's go ahead and get to the last, but not least, the Jaylen Waddle contract, man. According to Adam Schefter, he reported a few days ago, Jaylen Waddle reached a agreement to reached a 3-year, $84.75 million contract extension, includes $76 million guaranteed with the Miami Dolphins. How do you feel about that move by Miami, bro?
I think that's a good move by him, man. Like they didn't want to lose their guy. They know what they want. They wanted the speed. They won. I mean, they got Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle. They got speed all over the place, especially on offense. So it's just like for them to keep Jaylen Waddle for the next 3 years, that was a good move, man. And I don't know, man. Like I'm just glad we ain't got to play on. We're not in the same division.
Facts, man. We
It's
played
just-
them last year, but we ain't got to play them every year. We ain't even in the same conference. But I definitely feel you on that, man, because like I said, they got speed all over. Jaylen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Devon A-Chain back there toting the
Mhm.
rock, man. And two of
Most of
the
back there.
pinpoint accurate quarterback that he is, as long as he stayed healthy, which he proved last year. I think this
Yeah.
team is geared up to do something again, man. Maybe not as much because they took a step back on defense by losing Christian Wilkins to the Las Vegas
Mhm.
Raiders, and
Yeah.
also losing one of their key guards in Robert Hunt to us. Carolina Panthers, we had to go ahead and scoop that up. They didn't want to spend that bag, but they invested in one of their critical pieces, which I love when teams do. They lean into their identity. They lean into what they do best and want to go ahead and secure that and strap that up and not just leave it for the takings, man. Like what we seen with Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills, how they were able to let him walk out the door. And even what Minnesota did was able to let him walk out the door and leave kind of
Yeah.
quarterbacks in situations to be vulnerable. They didn't want to do that
Yeah.
with Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah. They didn't want to do that, and then they also gave him what he had in college. I
Yes,
remember you saying that they gave him speed, and like he had speed at Alabama. They just gave him speed now. So it's just
they
like
gave him
I
speed, man.
feel like they probably going to end up trying to add some more speed on there within the next few years. I mean,
Of
that's just
course, I
what they
think that's
do.
just what they're going to do, man. That's going to be the narrative. That's
Yeah,
going to be the identity of the Miami Dolphins going forward for the next few years. Is as long as they got
yeah,
Tua,
man.
is we're going to beat you, and we're going to beat you by putting a lot of points on the board really quick, which is what they did last year, especially against everybody against the Denver Broncos last year to that 70 to was it 70 20 was it?
24 or something like that. But yeah, they just
Man,
put up a 70 piece on their
a
ass.
70 piece on Denver, man, and they did it, man, in bunches, man. They were just scoring quick,
At
a lot of
will, bro.
explosive quick. Bro, no
They'll just score
resistance on
that
the
wheel, bro.
Broncos, man.
Man, if I was Sean Payton, like, I don't, if I was Sean
What you
Payton,
doing?
man, I've been out there like Denzel or Denzel Washington. Remember Titans, yo, they score again. I'm taking over.
I'm taking over, bro. Hey.
Bro, when he said that, bro, Denzel wasn't bullshit when he said that
He
shit.
was not bullshit, bro. They score again.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
taking over straight up, bro. Because not no 70 piece, bro.
Not
Not
no
no
70 piece,
70. I don't give a damn who you got. Not no
yeah,
70
bro.
piece, bro.
Like, I know Jaylen Waddle at least had two of them touchdowns at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he
Especially when
had
you
to
had a
have
solid defense. You got Pat Surtain in the secondary. I
man.
don't get it, bro.
I don't get
totally
it. The Broncos did get their shit together after that.
They did get their shit together, though. They did.
Like their defense did get their shit together, but
But
either
that
way,
shit just
man,
shouldn't happen, bro.
it should happen. Not in the National Football League, but
Nah,
either way, man, like
nah.
man, just to have Jaylen Waddle for the next 3 years, $85 million, well, 84.7. Well, how much he got guaranteed? What, 76 mil?
Yeah, 76 million guaranteed.
76 mil guaranteed? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That one, I think he won the highest paid wide receivers in the league right now.
Yeah, at
Top
25,
five.
bro, you couldn't get my black ass no goddamn 84 million at 25.
25. Like,
You
shit,
can't,
man.
nah, bro, nah.
I'll be sitting there like, shit, what I'm about to do with this shit, nigga? I'm about
You're gonna be
like,
rolling like, yes,
what's that?
sir.
The 76 guaranteed? Like, shit.
Shit, yeah, let's get it, nigga.
Hell
I'll be there.
dog.
I'll be there. But man, yeah, that's
be
all
there.
I got, man.
That's all I got too, y'all. So we went through the NBA finals. I
Yes,
got
sir.
I got Boston Celtics over the Dallas Mavericks in game.
And how many?
It said it gonna be 6 or 7, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised this motherfucker.
You gotta choose
7.
one though.
I got Dallas in 6, bro. If I'm gonna choose, I got Dallas in 6.
I got Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6. Okay. And we're gonna hit y'all back up on that friendly wager, man. And just put it in the comments down below what y'all think, man. But like you said, man, we gave y'all everything we had throughout the week, man. We gave y'all the Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals, and then we gave our prediction for the NBA finals. We talked about number 49 and number 50 of the Apple's top 100 album list and gave you our review of those. And we're going to hit up number 48 and number 47 next week, which would be really interesting. And we also talked about Jaylen Waddle signing that huge contract and shit, how you couldn't give us that money at that age, man. And the Hornets, what they did with the coaching staff and how they changed that around. And hopefully they can go ahead and change around this culture and be at least a 40-win team and make the playoffs, man. Because I feel like we got some teams to compete with at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. So we gave it all, man. I'm your boy, Eric.
I'm your dog, Aaron, man. We're gonna catch y'all next week. Holla at us, man.
Peace.